So, this is why NoFap is destroying your life and why no one else will tell you this. I'll tell you why. All the NoFap YouTubers, all the self-improvement YouTubers, they're all approaching it from the wrong perspective. And this is why I'm making this video. This video is not gonna make sense in the beginning, but just watch till the end and then you'll understand. And once you understand, the concept will open up your world to a completely new perspective. So let's get into it. First, let's compare two habits. Let's say we have core and we have reading. Since you're watching this, you might be on self-improvement and you might like reading books, which is, some books are helpful, most books are bullshit, and too much knowledge is not good for you, by the way. Reading and core. Why is it that you can easily forget to read and nothing happens? You don't get agitated, you don't feel frustrated, you don't feel a buildup of energy anywhere. But when you wake up and you think, just think about core, you start to get agitated. You're like, no, I have to stop, man. I cannot do this. I'll tell you why. Let's assume that you're meditating, which I hope you are. This one is really good for you. Let's assume you're meditating. A lot of the meditation courses or guided meditations, even the free ones on YouTube, they give you a concept that this is your brain and your brain is a void. It's empty, nothing. And then suddenly, thoughts come up without you thinking them. Why does that happen? Most people will tell you that they don't know. And these people are the ones that look at it from the scientific perspective. We're going to look at it from a different perspective, which is the metaphysical perspective. So this is your brain, and it has nothing. It's empty. And then you suddenly sitting there, and then your brain starts thinking about tits. Where did the tits come from? They came from this. We're going to call this EE. EE stands for energy entity. It's like a ball of energy flying somewhere, we cannot see it. We cannot measure it. Well, it doesn't really matter. This thing is just sitting there and it's operating 24/7 automatic. And what it does is that sometimes it just throws this. This is a hook. It throws a hook, it's fishing. Fishing for what? For more energy. So the more energy that this energy entity has, the more happier it gets. It's not this, but just an example. The more happier it gets. So now we know the source of your thoughts about titties. It came from an energy entity somewhere. And now, once you start to fight the hook, when you're like, nah, I don't want to, that's when you start to get agitated. Why? Because think of that hook as an elastic hook. It's like a resistance band. So now the hook is attached to you. You're hooked by something. And it's like a resistance band. So a resistance band is, I don't have one on me now, but if it's this length and you stretch it to be this, the amount of resistance keeps getting stronger and stronger the further you try to go. So that agitation or the resistance is caused by you trying to fight the hook that the energy entity threw at you. And what that does is, the more, since it's like a resistance band, the more you fight it and you try to run away from it, you will run. It's fine. You will run, it keeps getting stronger, which you people call the urge. Oh, the urge, I just want to bust. And then you get away more, and it gets even stronger. And then what happens? Boom. You're back here. Why? Because that's how the resistance band works. The further you try to pull it, push it, whatever, it gets stronger and stronger. So now you go all the way back to what? Day 0. You busted. You're happy now. You're happy and you happy for like 10 seconds and then you're pissed off and mad at yourself. So now that we understand that this is a habit, or a bad habit like porn, comes from an energy entity. The energy entity throws a hook on you, and since you're a dumbass, you try to fight the hook, you try to run away from it. Oh, no, I'm on self-improvement, no, I cannot, man, I'm gonna fail myself. It's embarrassing. So you try to run away from it, and then it wins at the end. And what happens to you? You start from the beginning, so you kind of reset your progress, and you feel more agitated, and you kind of hate yourself even more. So your self-hate was at this, you fought, and maybe, actually when you were fighting, you kind of felt happy. I was like, oh yes, I'm fighting the urge. It's been 4 days and 8 hours, man. And then you lose, and then your self-hate goes on. So you start to hate yourself even more. So it seems like this approach is not a good approach, because it's an energy entity, and the resistance band is made out of energy. So you cannot cut it, you cannot melt it, you cannot do anything with it. So it will always win, because you cannot fight infinity. I hope it makes sense. So let's then take breathing, for example. If you're sitting there, okay, so this is you. You're happy and giggling and excited. You get a thought about reading, which also came from an energy entity. You get a thought from reading. Hey man, you should read. I should read a book. Actually, I started this David Goggins book about discipline. Ooh, big boy. And I haven't finished it yet, and I haven't read my 10 pages today, so I should read it. But let's say that something happens, and you don't read it. You don't read today. Tomorrow, you're not gonna feel bad about yourself as much. You might feel bad about yourself for a bit, but your self-hate is not gonna go up because you missed a day of reading. But when you bust and reset your progress on your NoFap bullshit, you hate yourself even more. So why is it different? Why is this hook not strong, but this hook is really strong, and you're stupid and you get agitated and shit? I'll tell you why. It's because of something called judgment. You judge this habit as bad. You judge this habit as good. So if good habits are good, and we know that they are good, and you know that they are good, everyone knows that they're good, when you get the urge to do them, why is it so easy to skip it sometimes? But when bad habits give you the hook, it's really hard to skip it. And no matter how much you try to skip it, how much you try to fight it and run away and go somewhere else, and go outside, do push-ups and take a cold shower and do an ice bath and cook yourself a good meal, eat some eggs, brother. Why does it always win at the end, even though it's bad? Why is it so attractive? I'll tell you why. Judgment is good and bad. I'll tell you what's better than judgment, non-judgment. So what is it? This is a habit, and this one is also a habit. Nothing is good and nothing is bad. You treat both of them as completely normal. I'll tell you why this, or what this will do. Let's go back to the energy entity stuff. And yeah, this is you again. Now let's make your arms to the side because you're kind of confused. And there's the energy entity, and as you said, it throws the hook. Above you, above your head, there's little cute small circles. The hook is thrown on you, towards you, whatever. And here you have 5 circles. Fuck, I cannot see because of the mask anyway. You have 5 circles. So the hook has a chance of 1 out of 5 to catch you. Or maybe you can call it has 5 tries. It can try to hook you 5 times. Because you have 5 hooks, 5 hook points. Let's say it fails the first time and then you move here. And then it tries again and then you move here. Whatever. How do you stop the hook from sticking to you? By not having these circles. What are these circles? I call these circles, or not me, but it's called importance. The more importance you place on yourself, on something outside, on a habit, because as I said, no judgment, on a habit, the more hook points you give the energy entity, the more tries that you give to the energy entity to be able to suck your energy. So once you don't have these importance stuff, it's very hard for the hook to stick. I hope that makes sense. So now we're going to talk about how you actually quit, or how to actually do NoFap. The big self-improvement fucking obstacle. That's what's stopping me from being the best version of myself. Sure. Yeah, how do you actually stop it? So I'll give you some steps. Let's call it steps. Okay. Let's call it steps. So the first one is no judgment. Never say that a habit is good or a habit is bad, no matter how harmful it is. Skip the idea of harm and never call a habit good or bad. What does that mean? Does that mean you should go ahead and bust every day 10 times if you can? Impressive. No, it doesn't. It just means that you should not place any kind of judgment on the habit. If you do it, cool. It is what it is. And once you don't place judgment on it, even if you do it, you relapse, you reset your score, your progress. The self-hate meter is not going to go up. It's going to stay as it was. Why? Because there's no judgment. Do you get the point? Cool. So the first one is no judgment. Second one is no importance. Whether you do the thing or not, it does not matter. Again, whether you do the thing or not. It does not matter. It does not affect your self-hate and it does not affect your self-love. You don't wake up and be like, man, I did it. It's been 2 days. Finally, I've achieved it. I'm on tier 7 of the NoFap bullshit. So yeah, no judgment and no importance. The third one, which is kind of cool. Again, it's might be hard to understand, but let's say, okay, let's put it here. So we have an energy entity, and then we have another energy entities. So we have a total of 3. Cool. Let's say this is you. Again, now you're excited because you're gonna know how to quit. Now you're excited and you're happy and giggly. What energy entities do is that they like to suck. Don't judge. They like to suck on energy. It's like the Matrix. They like to suck on energy. So if you are this and you have this level of energy, you have 3 levels of energy. And this is let's call it the core energy entity, which is just an example so we can understand. So the core energy entity, and then you have the breathing energy entity, and you have the gym or fitness or health energy entity. They're all the same. They try to throw hooks, and they throw hooks on your importance level. But I will tell you something. Energy entities don't go after someone who doesn't have energy. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is you should, not the energy entities, you should give your energy to different entities so that even if the core energy entity remembers you and is like, oh, let's just, test, just titties. Just titties. Just look at a picture, it's fine. Just titties. It's gonna try. It's gonna think, oh, let's start with him. They're gonna see that you don't have enough energy because you're already spending your energy, or you're focusing. I like to call it focusing. You're focusing your energy towards other energy entities. So it will try. It will still try. And since there's no judgment and no importance, there's no hook points. So it throws the hook, it bounces off the wall, and nothing happens. Your energy is still at the entities that you have willingly given. Willingly. You weren't hooked. You gave your energy. You focused your energy somewhere else. And what happens is, I'll tell you what happens. The energy entity doesn't forget its, I'll call it supporters. No, let's call it customers. So you used to be a customer, or maybe you still are. So the energy entity tried today and threw the hook, but there's no judgment and no importance, so it bounced off the wall and came back. The energy entity is not just gonna be like, yeah, it's well, okay, nah, it's fine, I'll just get another one. Nah, it's gonna try again. Maybe today, again, or maybe later in a week. So you're here. After a week, now you're extra excited. Look at your hands. Extra excited, and you got a boner. I don't know why I did that. You're extra excited. And you're giving your energy to this entity and maybe some other entities and shit. There's no importance and no judgment. The energy entity, of course, is gonna try again. And now there's another wall. So it bounces off and it goes back. And that's how. No judgment, I'm not gonna call it good or bad. That's how you don't get hooked by energy entities, and you don't give your energy to energy entities that you are not willingly giving your energy to. I hope that helped. I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you to try it. If you've been trying NoFap for years and years and years, and you heard this self-improvement guy said download this app, and this guy said, oh, you should take a nice bath every time you think about it, and this guy said you should, I don't know, burn your hand every time you touch your pee-pee, and you failed again. Just try this method. And yeah, check the link in the description. I put out something cool for you. You will like it, or you won't, it's fine. I'll see you in the next one.